Here with UMC Head Softball Coach Ed Deugan, just previewing the 2014 season for you guys, about to get underway here at the end of this week. First off, talk about the people you've got coming back. 10 returnees, including 3 seniors that I know are going to be a big impact for you, with Ashley Manusos, Paige Schaus, and Caitlin Fafford. Just talk a bit about those returnees, emphasizing those 3 seniors you have.
Sure, absolutely. First of all, with Ashley Manusos, she did a great job last year in limited action for us. She was only able to play a little less than half of the season due to injury, but in that time, she was really leading in a number of offensive categories, as well as playing solidly in the outfield. So we're looking forward to seeing what she's going to contribute this year throughout the season. And she'll be playing a lot in center field. Paige Schaus returns in the circle. She was our #1 pitcher last year. She got the win against Winona State at the end of the season, which was obviously a big win. And so we're looking forward to seeing what she's going to do for us in the circle. And she'll also be playing in the outfield when she's not pitching like she did last year. And then with Caitlin, once again, she'll see some time in the circle. But this year she'll have an increased role. Sarah Wiedmeyer graduated at first base and is now an assistant coach with the program, and Caitlin looks to pick up a significant amount of time at first base.
In addition to those seniors, you have several other players returning that saw quite a bit of action last year. At second base, you got Shelby Hollinger. Then you've got Allison Foley, who's moving over to short from playing third most of last year. And then Jose, as well as, Kaylin Beatty, that played quite a bit, Brooke Timmons, that played quite a bit. Quite a few players returning that have seen a lot of action last year for you in your first year here.
Correct. Basically last year, as you mentioned, Jose, Allison, and Kaylin all played a lot at third base. This year they're all going to be seeing more playing time, but some of them at different positions. Kaylin looks to be playing a fair amount in the outfield. As you mentioned, Allison Foley is moving over to shortstop, and Jose looks to be playing significant amounts at third base.
In addition, you brought in 4 newcomers. Just talk about what their roles you think are going to be with this team, and just what you expect from them coming into the 2014 season.
Sure. Well, first of all, we brought in a pitcher, Bailey Bratz, and we look for her to make a significant contribution in the circle. And then we also have junior college transfer Alexis Fee. She is also a pitcher and could see some time at first base potentially. And then Ashley Hoyle helps with the pitchers. She's a catcher, can also play a little bit of second base. And then Samantha Knudsen can also pitch and will contribute at times in the circle. She's a pretty versatile athlete. She can also play in the outfield or middle infield.
Just focus a little bit more on pitchers. I know we've touched a little bit on it, but I know Paige Schaus, Bailey Bratz are going to be 2 of the focuses, and then you got Caitlin, and then some other contributors too. Just touch on what you kind of expect in the circle this year.
Sure. I think that, like you said, Bailey and Paige are probably going to be 2 that get significant amounts of time in the circle. But the nice thing is we have some different looks with some of our pitchers besides them, in terms of we have right and left-handed pitchers, and we have pitchers that are different speeds. So I think that we'll be able to mix our pitching staff in various games to keep hitters on the other team off balance.
Just with your schedule, you obviously start non-conference here down in Florida, in Clermont. Just gonna get 14 games right like that within a 7-day period. Just talk about what you're expecting from those teams. I know you're going to see a lot of different things from a lot of different regions, a lot of different just types of softball that these teams play, and just what you expect in your non-conference schedule this year.
Sure. We're definitely looking forward to getting started down in Florida. We will see quite a variety, a mixture of Division II and NAIA teams, mostly Division II. A number of them are from the Northeast, so they're from a different part of the country. They're teams that I have not played against before as a coach. So looking forward to seeing what they have to bring. Some of them are fairly early in their season, like we are. Some are a little bit farther in. But I think it's going to be overall good preparation for us as we get ready to open conference play.
Just how excited do you think the team is in general, just to get going and get started and get down to Florida as well?
I think we're really excited. It's a good group, and they've been working hard for a long time indoors, and they're very much looking forward to getting outdoors, getting to actually compete against someone in a different uniform, getting to play the game under blue skies, and there's just a lot of things to be positive about right now.
You finish up March 21st down there, but quick turnaround once you get back, starting your conference season. Always a gauntlet in the NSIC, a tough Division II softball conference. You start on the road with Bemidji, and then a couple home games with Concordia, St. Paul, and Minnesota State Mankato. Hopefully, it looks like the weather might end up cooperating a little better than it looked maybe a week ago, even now that we've had a few nice days here up in Crookston.
Certainly the weather has started to improve. It's been nice to see some days above freezing and some melting going on, and hopeful that field conditions will start to improve rapidly. Like you said, the NSIC is definitely a gauntlet. So far in early action, a lot of NSIC teams are having some success, and in conference we play 6 games a week, midweek doubleheader, and then 2 doubleheaders on the weekends. So it keeps us pretty busy, and like you said, it's a quality conference, so we need to bring our best every day.
You touched on this already, but you have a new assistant coach this season with Sarah Wiedmeyer, someone that played here as a first baseman, just graduated. I know has just been a great addition to your staff, but just talk about what Sarah's meant so far and what you're looking forward to with Sarah here with the regular season starting up this week.
Sure. The nice thing with Sarah is that obviously she has that experience of having played with a lot of these athletes. So there wasn't a big transition gap for her in terms of understanding what she was getting into. So that was good. Also, she played at a junior college before she came to UMC, so she has experience in another college program, and so I think that's beneficial from a coaching standpoint, having some different perspectives on how programs operate and so on.
Okay. Thanks, Ed. Here with Alexis Khoshaba of the UMC softball team, getting ready to finally start the season after a couple months of practice indoors here in Crookston. Just first off, how's practice been going? I know, there's not a ton you guys can do inside, but you've been doing it here the last couple months, and just how has it been going for you guys?
I think practice has gone really well for us, actually. We've been practicing since we got here. Fortunately enough, we had a couple outdoor games when we first got here, so we got to work as a team and get to know each other a little better. And now we've kind of just been fine-tuning everything and getting ready to play our season and hopefully get a couple wins in there. And we're all excited, so it's going to be good, I think.
Just how excited are you guys to finally get outside here? And, not only outside, but in Florida, going to be a little different than what we've had some nice days here in Crookston, but Crookston, Florida, a little different. Just how excited are you guys to get going here?
I don't even know if we can describe our excitement. The difference in weather is going to be so nice for us to play outside with no snow on the ground. Just to finally get outside and actually play 14 games, that's going to be so nice. Get a good couple games in, and then we'll be ready for the season. Because most other teams, they've already played outside, and unfortunately we're stuck here in the snow. So it'll be good for us to get to know each other better and get ready for the season.
Just what else? Just talk a bit about the conference season. After the 14 games, you guys have a quick turnaround and right into the gauntlet of the NSIC. Just what are you most excited about getting back into a very tough conference season here, shortly?
I'm most excited about just playing, to be honest, and hopefully we'll actually get to play a couple home games this year and not have to travel all the way to Iowa to play all the games. But I'm just excited to play with the team. I think we have good team chemistry this year, and I feel like we're going to have a good season this year. It is tough competition, but we're going to work our best, try our best, and work hard, and hopefully we'll succeed.
Awesome. Thank you. Here with Ashley Manusos of the UMC Softball team, just getting ready to start the season here later this week. First off, just how has practice been going? You guys have been at it since pretty much coming back from break, and obviously haven't been able to get outdoors yet, but just how has it been going in the gym and up in the turf room and whatever so far this year?
I think actually it's been going well. A lot of the girls have been talking about how they think that our morale and like our chemistry is up in comparison to last year. Like we've talked to Coach too, that we think that even though we're at a disadvantage of having lower numbers, that it's been good for us because we've been able to do a lot of drills so girls can get a lot of reps. Having like Coach Wiedmeyer there all the time is also a plus because like she's kind of separating, doing strictly defense and he's doing strictly offense. So we kind of know what to expect from each coach, which kind of gives us the idea of like how we need to approach practice every day. So the like the morale, like I said, is high, and which is really good in comparison to last year.
Just how excited are you guys to finally be able to get outside and get some real games in, 14 games in 7 days down in Florida? Obviously have to be excited not only to play games, but get down to Florida.
Everyone's hyped. We're totally ready to go. A lot of the girls have been talking about the girls who did go to our bus trip last year. We did talk about how we are excited that we got to stay in a house together. It's not very likely that 14 girls get to stay in the same house and just kind of bond. And I think that'll kind of be a little bit different from last year. We were kind of secluded on a bus, and so we'll be able to do a lot of things together on and off the field. The girls are hyped to play in warm weather. Some girls have never even seen the ocean before, so it's kind of something to look forward to, for sure.
About to start your senior year, just what do you want to do personally this year to kind of end your college softball career on a positive note?
Honestly, I can't believe it's coming to an end. You never really necessarily understand your last year until you're here. I just kind of wanted to remain injury-free, especially with like last year, and make sure that like my attitude stays high. Hitting, like I said before, was like a struggle for me in the preseason. I think that I've got that down, and we've done a lot of things reps-wise, hitting and defensively, in order to capitalize on like the skill that we have this year. So I think, like I said, with like the morale how it is and the chemistry how it is this year, I'm a little bit more excited going into this year than I was last year, just because everyone really didn't know each other and how to get along. So
Awesome. Thanks.